amigos. Welcome one, welcome all. It's time for the show with no name. Hold on to your hats because it's time for liftoff.
T-minus
10, 9, come on.
7,
Countdown with me, amigos.
5, 4,
3, 2,
1, 0.
yeah.
Ignition.
Come
Liftoff.
on.
Liftoff. 30 minutes after the hour.
30 minutes after the hour? Are you kidding me? Jeez Louise.
Get ready. Hold on to your hat. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your
And
hats.
get ready for the ride of your life.
The show with no name time.
On Vaughn Radio.
It's the show with no name.
Let's go. Welcome, show with no namers. Welcome to another exciting edition of the show with no name here on Vaughn Radio. It's a wonderful day today. Yeah, why not? Why not? In fact, today we get to hear from some of your fellow students. My superstars, Anix, Chris Valrol, Marisol, and Nudia, who have all participated in the question of the week. Oh, man. Today we're going to be talking about the season that best suits us. And if you want to participate in next week's question of the week, the question is, are you more of a DIY person, a handyman or a handy woman, manitas, or are you the call the guy kind of person? So if you've got a little problem around the house, I don't mean a big problem. You got to call an expert, if you've got a plumbing problem, unless you know plumbing, fontaneria, of course. So what kind of person are you when things go wrong at home? DIY? Do you get down on your hands and knees and start fixing it yourself? Are you a handy man or a handy woman? Or do you just call the guy and you get a little bit of peace of mind, un poco de tranquilidad mental? All right, folks, well, let's rock and roll with today's show. We're going to kick things off with the Say What soundbite.
Say what?
Get up. All right, amigos, it's the Say What soundbite here on the show with no name. Also, I've got some info for you. I got the 411. The 411, la información. That's right. And that is, we've got some special deals going on right now in the Vaughn Sphere. In La Esfera Vaughan, right now, you can get a 50% discount. You heard right. I didn't say 15. I said 50. 50. A 50% discount on the English online course. That's awesome. If you were ever thinking about doing it, now's the time. You have until the 30th of September It's our back-to-school sale until the 30th of September 2025. ¿Ok? Por si hay una repetición de este programa. El 30 de septiembre 2025 hasta el 30, you can get a 50% discount. I mean, come on. 50% discount on anything is awesome. A car, a cup of coffee, whatever side of the spectrum we're talking about here. So that is awesome. And what is this curso? Well, it's a course that you can do for a year. You've got a year. And you've got 3 different levels you can choose. You've got basic, intermediate, and advanced levels. Over 200 lessons with downloadable material, access to the Vaughn Student World platform, and lots of extra content to continue to grow, to continue to learn English. So, that's crazy. That's incredible. I'm looking at the price here. I'll read it word for word. El pago es un pago único de 49,50 € en la promoción. So, wow. Like for under $50, you have a 1-year English course with Vaughn? Seriously? I spent $50 at Veeps yesterday. And I'm not proud of that. But wow, talk about really making your money go a long way. Well, if you want to take advantage of this really, it's an amazing offer. And I think the Curso Online is especially for you who are listening right now, who you guys are, you're motivated, you're driven already. So it's not like somebody has to say, Alberto, Chris or whoever, do the course. You got to do I know you guys are going to do it with bells on and you're going to make the most of it. So the last couple days here, if I'm looking at my calendar, because you have until the 30th of September. Again, it's the Curso de Inglés Online. And if you get it before the 30th of September 2025, you will receive a huge 50% discount. So check it out. Again, the best way to make sure you have access to all of this stuff is by following us on your favorite social media platform. Just search for Grupo Vaughn. If you don't use social media, we've got a website. It's grupovaughn.com. We even have a phone number, 911-385831. And we've also got offices in Madrid, Barcelona, Bilbao, Vigo, Valladolid, Valencia, Santander, and Zaragoza. All right, so let's kick things off here with our Say What soundbite. As always, you're going to hear this clip 4 times. You'll have 4 chances to jot it all down. And initially, I just want you to give me what you heard in a nutshell. En resumidas cuentas. Nosotros decimos en una cáscara de una nuez, right? In a nutshell. Well, so I want you to give me just in a sentence or 2 what you heard. But you've got a goal there. Impress me with your English. That's right. I want you to really impress me with your English. All right. So here's your Say What soundbite for the first time.
This is unbelievable. Every time I play here, I have problems. What? Yeah, that's a warning. I didn't get coaching. You need to make an announcement that I didn't get coaching. I don't cheat.
Alberto, estoy leyendo un cómic y me estoy dando cuenta de que todas las onomatopeyas que salen son verbos en inglés.
Of course, man. We love making it easy.
Por ejemplo, aquí pone chomp y está un animal masticando.
Sure, to chomp.
Es mascar, ¿no?
Sí, mascar. Y lo haces con tus piños. Your chompers.
Ah, chompers es los piños grandotes, ¿no? Vale, y to click, por ejemplo.
To click. Well, to click is what you do on a computer. You click. Pinchar.
Perfecto, pinchas con el ratón. Claro, tiene sentido. To gulp.
Well, before I was gulping my soda. Gulp, 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 gulp.
Claro, estás tragando como un pato.
Eso es, no es lo mismo que sip.
Bien. To thump.
Thump. Don't thump your fist on the table. No des un pum, pum.
en la mesa.
De hecho, el conejito de Bambi se llamaba Thumper.
Eso es, todo tiene sentido en inglés.
Claro que sí, por eso hemos hecho el tercer libro de This Book is the Milk, que se llama This Book is the Shit. Este libro es la leche. Por Alberto Alonso
Y Damián Moya.
Así da gusto aprender. Y lo sabes.
And you know it. That's right, folks. That's where it's all at. It's at vaughntienda.com. And you've got This Book is the Shit. That's just one of the many amazing materials. I'm not saying it's amazing because I wrote it, but I'm saying it's amazing because you have told me that. Many of you have told me that, not just with that book, but with all of my books. So thank you for getting my books in both senses of the word. Getting them, obteniendo un ejemplar, and also getting them, captando a lo que voy. So thank you. I think that is one of the greatest things about this, about teaching. And when you see your students say, I get what you're doing, I get it, I like it, and I'm on board. All right, but we're not going to take a look at one of my materials in today's pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. That's right, folks. Welcome to our pop quiz. And today we're going to take a look at something from Inglés para Viajar. I know many of you have itchy feet. What? ¿Te pican los pies? Well, maybe you should wash them better. You got to wash between your toes, guys. No. To have itchy feet in this case means you got the need to travel. The travel bug, el bicho de viajar. Right? It's bitten you. You were bitten by the travel bug. So to have itchy feet, it just means you need to move. Think about it. If your feet itch, well, you got to move. You got to keep moving. So awesome stuff, my amigos. Also, let me give you I got some other news here. I like to give you guys all the 411. I like to give you the scoop. Eso es otra forma. I think you say primicia. The scoop, la información clave. Well, we've got the same show after this show. It's called Speaking with Confidence. Now, it is, instead of its old host, who was only here for a short time, Gretchen, there is a new host. Okay. I don't know the exact reason. I'm telling you everything I know, but I know that Ale is hosting the show right after this one. Again, the show hasn't changed names. It's still called Speaking with Confidence. The goal is to teach you to speak with confidence. The only thing is Gretchen is not with us for now. I think it's temporary, and I don't know too much here, but I know that Ale is taking over, está cogiendo las riendas. We say taking the reins as well. And I just telling you guys because I know that you'll make her feel truly welcome, and you'll tune into her show today at 12:30 after this show. It's called Speaking with Confidence, and the new host of the show is Ale, and that's all. We all wished her a warm welcome yesterday in the group. We have a WhatsApp group with all of us. And I hope I know you will do the same. You'll make her feel right at home, because it's always hard, guys, starting anything. Doesn't matter. When I sat down in front of the microphone the first time here to do the show, it wasn't my first time in front of a microphone, but it was my first time doing a radio show, and a radio show that was an English class. And so, I mean, even if you have experience, it's a first, and it can be quite nerve-wracking. But from what I've heard, I haven't gotten to listen to the show yet. Ale is off to a great start. Ha empezado con buen pie. So give her a warm welcome today, and look forward to hearing the show myself. I'm going to give it a listen. All right. So what have we got now? Right. Pop quiz. We're going to look at a little excerpt from Inglés para Viajar. It's just one of the many, many materials you can find at Von Tienda or vontienda.com. So everybody listen carefully, because as always, I'm going to have a couple challenges for you. I mean, that's why it's called the Pop Quiz, porque os pongo a prueba, like a quiz or a test. Only for me, and I think in the English language in general, it's not just for me, test sounds really, really serious. A quiz sounds like fun. It's a quiz. Un examencito, right? So I chose the word quiz on purpose. Y además, examen, sorpresa se suele decir a pop quiz, right? Also, because we call the trivia nights in English, we call them pop quizzes. So there's another one. It's got that fun feel to it. So here we go. Our pop quiz for today, Inglés para Viajar.
Travel conversation. The buffet.
Hey, how are you doing today, big guy?
Hi, Darren. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, boss. Yesterday was my day off, so I'm feeling relaxed and rested. What are your plans for today?
My plans are the same as yesterday's. Go to the pool, go to the beach, get some sun.
Don't get too much sun now. It's going to be very sunny today. So remember to bring some sunscreen. What can I get you today?
Sorry, Darren, but I haven't got a plate. Do you know where I can get a plate?
Yeah, they're over there. Do you want me to make you some fried eggs and bacon like yesterday?
Ah, you remember, Darren. Haha, yes, please. And I would also like some pancakes today, please.
Okay, boss. I'll get you that.
Ah, and the woman at the front desk told me there were smoothies today.
Yes, there are, my friend. Would you like one?
Yes, please, Darren. Oh, and do you know where the cups and bowls are?
Yes, sir. They're over there next to the plates. Go get them, and when you come back, you'll have your breakfast.
Key grammar for cruises.
Presente perfecto. Tried, seen, and been. ¿Has visto el amanecer desde la cubierta? Es precioso.
Have you seen the sunrise from the deck? It's gorgeous.
¿Has ido a ver las ballenas? Es flipante.
Have you been whale watching? It's mind-blowing.
¿Has probado la comida en el restaurante de abajo? Es maravillosa.
Have you tried the food in the restaurant downstairs? It's wonderful.
¿Has visto el salón de baile? Es de otro mundo.
Have you seen the ballroom? It's out of this world.
¿Has estado en el casino? Mi marido ha estado ahí todo el día.
Have you been to the casino? My husband has been there all day. Key grammar for cruises.
Not yet, en presente perfecto. Aún no hemos visto la sala de control.
We haven't seen the control room yet.
Aún no hemos estado en el jacuzzi.
We haven't been to the jacuzzi yet.
Aún no he probado la comida en la sala de comer. ¿Es buena?
I haven't tried the food in the dining hall yet. Is it good?
Aún no hemos visto el espectáculo. ¿Fue divertido?
We haven't seen the show yet. Was it fun?
Mis hijos aún no han ido al cuarto de juegos. Han estado en la piscina todo el día.
My children haven't been to the playroom yet. They've been at the pool all day.
Oh, man, some great memories of when we went on a cruise. My first cruise, my daughter's first cruise as well, and my wife's too. She had done a cruise down the Nile, but not like a cruise with like water slides and entertainment and all that. Just one of those more practical cruises. And there's our first lesson. Cruise? No. Cruise. In fact, it sounds exactly like tripulaciones. Cruises, tengo que ponerlo en singular. A cruise has different crews. Dilo conmigo en voz alta. Zzz. A cruise has different cruise. Of course, it's 24/7. They don't stop over there, so they have different shifts. All right, well, lots of good vocabulary in there, not just about cruises, but also looking at that still, yet, already, and anymore. Let's clear that up really quickly, and then I'll give you the 3 things I need from you. So when do we use yet? We use yet in questions. Have you eaten yet? Have you taken your medicine yet? We also use yet in negatives, in the answer when it's negative. No, I haven't taken my medicine yet. I haven't eaten yet. So already we use in the positive. I've already taken my medicine. Now, if you get confused as to where to put this yet or already, put it at the end. Nunca fallas. Al final siempre vale. I haven't eaten. No, I haven't. Eso no vale con already. Iba a decir already. I haven't eaten yet, right? I ate already. Okay? Or I already ate. Again, but already siempre puede ir al final como yet. All right? Still means seguimos en ello. I'm still explaining this. I haven't finished yet. Okay? I'm still explaining the differences between these words that are aún, todavía, right? Y aún no, this is something, so this is different. Now, yet is no lo he hecho, pero ya no lo hago. It's a little bit different, okay? So I don't do that, que le sigue, anymore. I don't do that anymore. Ya no hago eso, okay? And another way to say that, and I'm sure you're familiar with it, is I don't do that any longer. Okay? I don't do that any longer. So or I no longer do that. So you got a couple options here con el ya no. So what I recommend you do here is take these. Take them, come up with a couple examples of your own. This is not the pop quiz. This is just my recommendation for you to make sure you really got these concepts, because I hear students mix them up quite often. Okay? Y luego hay veces que ves un already en una pregunta que se cuela. Have you eaten already? Me da la sensación que estás preguntando porque crees que sí. All right? So if you don't want to put anything behind it, right? No kind of wait like, oh, I think he did. Have you eaten yet? That's neutral. Have you eaten already? I get the feeling that you think I did. Okay? So for all intents and purposes, para todos los efectos, I think you say in Spanish, let's keep that already with the positive. I've already eaten. Thank you. Okay? All right. So a little lesson that's good to go over because there's some confusion around those structures. All right. Here's what I want from you in today's pop quiz. The first one, I want you to use tomar el sol. We've all done it. A lo mejor no te gusta tomar el sol. Hey, if you want, you can even incorporate the yet, already, still, anymore. You can put these into your answers because the answers are pretty much free range today. You can do whatever you want as long as you use the vocabulary I'm looking for. And I'm looking for everything, as you know, for a specific reason. All right, checking to make sure that you guys don't make some of the mistakes that are made along the way. So the first one, tomar el sol. Okay. The next one, protector o crema solar. Okay. Again, you can use these, y si queréis, para ver si lo tenéis controlado, con el yet. No he usado crema protector, o ya no uso crema, whatever one. This is a good way to mix the two lessons, the vocabulary we're looking at with the lessons we just learned. Okay. So, and the third one is an adjective. I hear it a lot here in Spanish, flipante. Now, as with adjectives, there are many synonyms. So get creative. There are many ways to say flipante, alucinante. Okay. And it reminded me of a word, flippant. Now, flippant, tú lo ves y dices, claro, flippant, flipante. Tiene dos P's en inglés. No, flippant es poco serio. Man, he's got a flippant attitude, right? Un frívolo, superficial. He's a bit flippant. So cuidado, ahí tienes un false friend. Flippant is not flipante. All right, amigos, I see we've got a lot of people participating, which is fantastic. Always great to see my show with no-namers. But we'll take a look at your comments after this quick commercial break. We've got Elena Crisvalrol participating. We've got Jaime in the house as well. Hello, show with no-namers. Man, I'm excited because we got a lot of stuff to do, a lot of laughs to be had. You know what we do when we do what we do. All right, folks, we'll be right back with much more, so stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back. This is part 2 of today's show with no name here on Vaughn Radio. Lots of stuff to do today. We're going to kick things off in this part of the show with the Say What soundbite for the second time. It's a tough one, and I'm going to help you out. Os voy a echar una mano con la primera frase. It's hard to hear, but I'll give you a little hand there. I want to be fair, you know. I love to challenge my students, but also I like to be fair. But I also don't want to baby you. That's a teacher's thing, you know, a teacher's struggle. La lucha de un profesor. I want you to have fun. I want you to feel like you can handle it. But also, I want you to sweat a little bit, too. So, yeah, we'll look at the Say What soundbite. Then we'll take a look at our pop quiz answers. And then we'll check out our news report. Plus, we've got question of the week. And a big shout out to our participants this week. Anix, Chris Valrol, Marisol, and Nudia. The ladies rocking it. Oh, yeah. Plus, we'll learn English from music, movies, a little bit of celebrity culture. Why not? We can learn from everything if we want to. The best way to learn? By doing. Yeah. Go eat in an English restaurant and pay attention to what's going on. And you'll learn, oh, wow, okay. Look at that. I didn't know that. It's the best way to learn by keeping your eyes and ears peeled at all times. That means open, wide open. That's the whole idea behind the Milk books. The trilogy. This book is the milk. This book is the milk too. And this book is the shit. It's about opening up that third eye, if you will, si me permites, to say, you know, I'm constantly scanning the horizon for English stuff, and it's everywhere. One of the good things, I guess, about globalization, I don't like globalization. I think everybody, you know, is unique. We shouldn't be one big mass of anything, but it does have its pros as well. And one of those is you guys are exposed to English more than ever in Spain. I mean, our grandparents, they didn't have that, you know, so right there. And the other thing is, not only are you guys lucky, but you know it and realizing it. That's awesome. All right. So let me give you the Say What soundbite. As I said, it's a little bit tough today, but I'll give you a hand with that first line. Let's play it for the second time, and then we can discuss it. Here it is.
Unbelievable. Every time I play here, I have problems. What? Yeah, that's a warning. I didn't get coaching. You need to make an announcement that I didn't get coaching. I don't cheat.
First things first. How you machines doing? You good?
Yeah, we're good.
Good. Let's take a picture. quick question. ¿Cómo se dice emocionar en inglés?
To emotionate.
No. Think of Michael Jackson. Una pista de audio. It's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the dark.
Es thriller.
That's right. So emocionar is to
Thrill.
eso es. And this book is the shit will thrill you. It's thrilling.
Sí, señor. This book is the shit. El inglés que no sabías que sabías. 1000 nuevas palabras para tu colección. De la mano de Alberto Alonso
Y Damián Moya.
Así da gusto aprender.
Now we're talking. That's right, folks. You can pick up all my books, or you can even pick up the amazing book that we're going to look at today, Inglés para Viajar. All right, let's check in with our show with no namers. I see we got a lot of people here having some fun and celebrating life with us, life and learning. Let's see, there's Elena. Elena says, hi there, everyone. I can tell you're a bit stuffed up. Hang on. Yeah, I'm trying to kick this cold. Toma, frase nativa. I'm trying to get rid of it. I'm trying to kick it, right? Deshacerme de ello. As I said the other day and the rest of the week, because really Monday was the only day that I wasn't stuffed up. But I feel all right. So thank you very much, guys. It's just uncomfortable more than anything. And I apologize to you guys if I cough or sneeze or you hear me clear my throat and you hear some phlegm. You know, it's par for the course. So thank you, though. Thank you for your understanding. And I hope to be better ASAP. So she says, I can tell, se nota, you're still a bit stuffed up, congested, but hopefully you'll have this weekend to get back on your feet. So take it easy. Well, this weekend, actually, I'm pretty busy. I'm starting Friday off with a 6-year-old's birthday party. Yeah, that's right. One of my daughters is celebrating her birthday party today. And then Saturday, we're going to Aranda de Duero. You guys know this place? I mean, oh my God. We have some family there. So we're going to be going up there for the day on Saturday. So maybe Sunday, maybe I haven't checked my calendar. I'm kind of scared too. So thank you so much. And great expression too. To get back on your feet. I love it. Elena, you sound more and more native every day. There's Chris Valrol. She says, morning. Awesome show with no namers. I see you're still a little bit blocked. Yeah. Hey, I'm better than yesterday. Definitely better than the day before. So as long as I'm going in that direction, I can't complain. I'll have some more tea. I'll have some throat lozenges and get on with it. And Chris says, thanks for being here. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chris. All right, let's see. Elena's got something to say about our Say What soundbite. Elena says it might be an excerpt of a sporting event in which a desperate, flustered woman complains on not getting coaching and screaming at on the top of her voice, no lo escucha, at the top of her lungs, mejor, no, a pleno pulmón, and screaming at the top of her lungs that she's not cheating. Good ear. It's definitely an excerpt from a sporting event. It's definitely a woman who is flustered, really nervous, and she's complaining. She's saying she's not getting coached, and she's screaming at the top of her lungs. Great job, Elena. Chris Valrol says, I heard an American woman. I'd say her voice is from an Afro-American person. Absolutely. She's saying something that has to do with coaching. A warning. She may be an athlete. Correcto. Excellent job, ladies. Jaime says, can I say I am yet to have breakfast? Yes, it's correct. I would never use that structure. It sounds very formal, even a bit antiquated. Maybe in England they use it, but in the States, I haven't had breakfast yet. That would be like the most direct way. But it is correct, Jaime. Good question. Let's see. Chris is participating here in our pop quiz. She says, I don't sunbathe anymore. Great job. Ya no tomo el sol. Te lo pongo también en la otra estructura, así lo vemos. I no longer sunbathe. ¿Ves? I no longer sunbathe, or I don't sunbathe anymore. She says, I used to years ago, but not anymore. Of course, I always use sunscreen. Excellent. You can say sunscreen or sunblock. Los dos. Okay. So sunscreen or sunblock, those are different ways to say that cream that you put on when you're laying out. Now, an interesting thing here. Americans say, I'm going to go lay out, but it's wrong. Today I'm going to lie out. Yeah, to lie out es tomar el sol. Pero muchos americanos lo ponen L-A-Y. But really, you lie yourself, right? You lie down. You lay something else down. So it doesn't make sense. But again, most native speakers are not grammar purists. They just say what they heard in a movie. So a lot of people I know would say, I'm going to go lay out. No, it would be, I'm going to go lie out. I'm going to get some sun. It's another way to say it too. Or I'm going to sunbathe, as the ladies have pointed out. All right. So yeah, and I love it. It's great. Great examples. And she says it's mind-bending how the sun ages your skin. Good. Mind-bending, mind-blowing. Excellent. Great job, Grace. Elena says, I love getting some sun. Yeah, the sun ahí is total. I'm going to get some sun. I'm going to lie out. Okay. I love getting some sun, but I haven't had much time to sunbathe lately. All right. Great job. The next one. Have you put on your sunscreen yet? Very good. And the last one, we'll have a smashing show today, won't we? Is there another option? Great examples. Perfect. Let's see. Born to Iron Man. There he is. I was wondering where you were, man. He says, good morning. I used to sunbathe, but not anymore. Excellent. The next one. I still apply sunscreen before riding my bicycle. Excellent. And the last one. This race has been won for the books. You no longer enjoy races like this. Excellent. So we said tomar el sol, to sunbathe, to lie out, to get some sun. We said crema protector. We call it sunscreen or sunblock. As we saw, you can apply it or you can put it on, right? I'm going to apply, un poco más formal. I'm going to put it on. Excellent. And we looked at smashing, we looked at mind bending, and we looked at one for the books. That's right. One for the books. That comes from the expression one for the history books. No, esto es para los libros de la historia. Esta no, va a acabar siendo, se va a hablar de él. Think about it that way. All right, let's see if we've got any more here. Flipante, translated by word reference, is great, amazing, cool, smashing. No me jodas. I've never heard this one. Flip-worthy? No es ni fácil de decir. Flip-worthy. Oh my God. That's not surprising. Let's put in this. Let's do this. I do this a lot of times. I put in amazing, and then I'll put in English synonyms. Okay? Astounding. Y te voy a decir, hay 40. Te voy a decir los 10 que están en uso común. Okay? Sinónimos de wow, impresionante, right? Flipante. Astounding, astonishing, surprising, unbelievable. ¿Crees que no? Pero se usa muchísimo. Unbelievable. Oh my God, it's unbelievable. Mind-boggling, mind-blowing, impressive, stunning, awe-inspiring, dazzling, overwhelming. Eso es el overwhelming en el buen sentido, abrumador. That can be a negative or a positive adjective. Spectacular, pero cuidado, en inglés no hay una E delante. It's not spectacular, it's spectacular, stupendous, breathtaking. So really nice. I love it. Guys, what can I say except awesome job? Chris Valrol says it reminds me of the Smashing Pumpkins. Chris, refresh my memory. I don't know what thing that we said. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of it today. Toma expresión. I'm out of it. No estoy como en las nubes. Well, it's normal. I have two options. Don't take the medicine and be snotting all over the microphone, or take the medicine and be a little bit like, I don't know, what's the word? Groggy, a little bit, that medicine knocks you out a little bit. So you can't have your cake and eat it too, se dice en inglés. No puedes tener tu tarta y encima comerla, right? So Chris Valrol says, Aranda de Duero, fantastic, beautiful place. Oh, yeah. It's great. I think I'm gonna fast. Voy a ir en ayunas because I love to eat there. Oh, yummy food. All right, here we go. Talking about food again. Chris Valrol says, I meant I don't spend hours in the sun. They say 15 minutes a day, early in the morning or late in the evening is enough. We need vitamin D. Yeah, also, getting that morning sun helps us with our serotonin, our dopamine level. Like, I don't know the exact brain chemicals, but yeah, morning sun. I imagine it's the same for the afternoon sun as well. But yeah, well, guys, you live in Spain. Spain has one of the highest life expectancies in the world. Why? Because you guys naturally walk. You get a little bit of sun every day. It doesn't mean to sit out there and fry like an egg, and then later you look like a tomato or a lobster, una langosta. But it means, get a little sun, especially in the winter, those months that the days are shorter, that we're kind of locked up in our homes a little bit more because, well, it's colder outside. So, yeah. And they say you can take all the vitamin D you want, but also your body processes it in a very different way than if you get it directly from the sun. I don't know that would be the layman explanation, el de la explicación de cualquiera. Again, don't take my science, but these are things I've heard because, well, I love the sun as well. I love to get a little sun on my face, and it makes you feel alive, especially when you have a cold or you're under the weather. Okay. All right. Also, vitamin D. I might as well warn you. I didn't know if I was going to go there, but I'm going to have to go there. Because, guys, I'm your guide, your English guide. Vitamin D also is a derogatory way of saying that somebody needs to have some sex because they're uptight. Vitamina D is for dick. Okay, don't shoot the messenger. I did not make up that other usage of vitamin D. But if you see it in a movie and you're like, no lo he captado, ¿qué tiene que tener con vitamina D? It means that somebody needs a little hanky-panky. Again, just be careful. Sometimes people make these jokes with that vitamin D. So, hey, I like to warn you. All right, folks. Well, we have a lot of stuff to do, so we are going to move on now to our news report.
This is the news report on the show with no name, bringing you the latest breaking news. I'm Alberto Alonso, reporting live.
All right, folks, this is our news report. You get it. News report is where we look at all the wacky happenings around the world. And today I call this story Crash the Bash. What? If I say crash the bash, what do you hear? Well, to crash is chocar, yeah. But also to crash is to show up somewhere uninvited. And a bash is a big party. So se presentó en el fiestón sin invitación, right? Se coló would be the word you say. To crash the bash. Well, this bride confronted a mystery wedding crasher. Are you ready for this? After searching nonstop for 4 years. Yeah. So 4 years after her wedding day, she finally found the guy that crashed her wedding. The guy that was in all the pictures that nobody recognized. She said, I don't know this guy, and he's in every single picture. And so this woman, Michelle Wiley is her name. Wiley, astuta. Wiley Coyote. Eso es Wiley, a ver cómo se dice Wiley. Wiley, cunning, astuto. Yeah. Okay, Wiley Coyote. That's this woman's last name. So yeah, she spent 4 years trying to track this guy down, rastrearle, I think you say. And she went to social media, and she actually started asking all the wedding guests. And, she couldn't sleep at night thinking, who the F is this guy? And she had almost given up, After 4 years, you're like, all right, I'm not going to find the guy. He's just a guy. Maybe he got some free drinks, But after 4 years, she finally tracked him down, okay? What happened was, the moment they saw the wedding pictures, the samples, porque te dan muestras primero, they noticed right away that there was some weird guy and nobody knew who he was. And no one even remembered him being there. In fact, he was only there for the ceremony, which is weird. If you're going to crash a wedding, go to the reception. Forget the ceremony. That's the boring, long part. I love you, the speeches, blah, blah, blah. Where's the open bar? Where's the food at? Show me the buffet. So she wanted to get to the bottom of it, Llegar al fondo de esto. And it never got too far on Facebook. I guess her and her contacts didn't have that much of a reach, no llegaban a tanta gente. So she reached out, contactó con a content creator from England, where she's from, with over 400 let's put it this, instead of giving you every number, over 500,000 subscribers on different platforms, okay? And when this YouTuber put up the image of this guy, 2 hours later, they found him. They were able to ID him. And it turns out it wasn't some sneaky guy saying, I'm going to crash this wedding. I've got nothing better to do. In fact, when she talked to the guy, she realized it was an innocent mistake. In fact, the guy said, I was at the wrong wedding. Me equivoqué de boda. So he got a wedding invitation, this guy, the wedding crasher, and he didn't really know anybody because it was his wife's colleague who was getting married. So that was the only person he knew at the wedding. And so he said, all right, well, I don't see this guy yet, but, we'll see what happens. So he showed up, he parked, he was running a little bit late, and he went into the wedding. Okay. And, he was thinking, okay, well, I see bagpipes, las gaitas. This guy's Scottish. I see the limousine. Okay, well, this is the place. So he went over, parked his car, rushed inside. He saw the groom, and he hadn't met the groom. The person he met was the bride. Okay? He knew, and he barely knew the bride. So he's like, okay, I don't recognize this guy, but I shouldn't recognize anybody, really. But he did, he was, but it's still weird. I would recognize somebody here, And the music started. Everybody stood up. Here comes the bride. Dun, 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 dun. And as soon as the bride came in, he was like, uh-oh, wrong wedding. Oh, damn. Now I can imagine this guy's wife at the real wedding he was supposed to be at. being like, where is this idiot? Where's my husband? He's leaving me hanging. Me deja tirado aquí. And in the end, the story was so funny. Both parties felt that it was funny. The woman who had gotten married and also the guy who crashed the wedding, that they have become friends. In fact, they plan to keep in touch, and what a way to be linked. But the story had a happy ending, you know? They couldn't stop laughing at the anecdote because the guy said, too, he goes, well, once the wedding ceremony started, I couldn't just get up and leave. So he was actually polite, too. He said, you know, okay, well, I've already missed the wedding I had to go to, and I'm not going to walk out. So until he had a moment later, which was about 20 minutes after the ceremony had started, but he was already in most of the important pictures. So what a mix-up. Vaya Leo. I'll tell you something. They're going to have stories to tell their kids and their grandkids and their grandkids. All right, folks, we've got so much to do. When we come back, we're going to take a look at our homophones. We've got our Say What soundbite. We've also got our question of the week. We've got wacky world records and so much more. So if I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the second half of today's show with no name on Vaughn Radio. Thank you so much for learning and laughing with me every day. And don't forget to stay tuned. Right after today's show, you've got Speaking with Confidence, hosted by Ale. Give her a nice warm welcome. You've also got the Lunchtime Show with Rob and Andy and their antics, sus payasadas. You've got Ruby. Don't forget about Jules Linares. Yeah, Jules is hosting our next Vaughn Radio Trivia Night too. Mark your calendars, October 7th, 2025. 8 p.m. All the information is available on our social media. Just look for grupovaughn.com on your favorite social media platform. And you can listen to this show and all the rest of the shows on the Vaughn Radio platform or on any of your favorite podcast platforms. But just know this. You never have to miss an episode of your favorite shows on Vaughn Radio. Whether it be Richard Vaughn, or Fitz, or Jessica Fernandez, Kyle Miller, Chris Frank. Talk about a dream team. Hey, it's an honor. And we'll see you guys at the trivia night. We're all going. Hell yeah. So I hope to see you there, amigos. All right. Are you ready to rock and roll? I know you are. All right. Well, then let's get moving with today's homophones on the show with no name.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. the show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name.
The show with no name. The show with Show with no. Show with no. Yeah, that's right, folks. Welcome to our homophone section over here. And as always, this is where we take a look at some nuances between words. So either these words sound exactly the same or not. Now, sometimes we've seen in cases where, well, it depends. You know, like the example I always use here is the ladder. The ladder puede ser la segunda opción, L-A-T-T-E-R, pero también the ladder puede ser la escalera in American English. In British English, it's the ladder, the latter. They distinguish. Our T is a D, 30, 40, 50. We don't say 50, 50, we say 50, 50, 60, right? Los suavizamos y ellos remarcan la T en general. Luego, dentro de Inglaterra hay otros acentos, dentro de Estados Unidos y New Zealand and all these amazing places where English is spoken. Even in Singapore, they speak Singlish, as they call it. All right, so let's see. The first word we have here is hada. Okay, so it's used in cuento de hada también. Hada. It's a winged creature. Okay, una criatura con alas. My daughter loves them. Okay, so hada is the word. Okay, also, I will tell you this. It's a very offensive way to call somebody who is gay, a gay man. Okay. I don't think, again, the same way I don't go around saying you want some vitamin D. I do think it's worth teaching you these things, right? So, you know, someone could get offended if you use this word the wrong way, right? And nobody, I think even if you swear, hasta la gente que dice palabrotas, I don't think your goal should ever be to offend someone. You could use them to add emphasis, which you don't really need them, right? But when you're offending somebody, you're doing it wrong, whatever you're doing, okay? So hada, or again, a very offensive way to call somebody a gay male, okay? And the next word is transbordador, okay? Es este barco que te lleva de isla a isla. I think of like, you know, when you go from Valencia or you go out to Ibiza, you know, these boats. Sometimes you can put cars on them as well. And it's also the verb, transportar, right? Which kind of makes sense. You know, English, when things like that happen, it makes my job really easy. I don't have to teach you another verb now. Bueno, y el verbo es este. No, it's the same thing. Es un verbo regular, ojo. Okay, so those are your homophones. We'll see if you guys know the words and if they sound exactly the same or not. Also, let me give you today's Say What soundbite for the first time. I'm going to give you the first sentence. She says, because it's tough. It's hard to hear more than anything. She says, this is unbelievable. Every time I play here, I have problems. Okay? Te lo doy porque as I hear it, I think it's not, and it's not something that I could correct because that's the real sound of the stadium being quiet once this happens. So that's like a natural sound there. So she starts out saying, this is unbelievable. Every time I play here, I have problems. Okay? I expect you guys to take a stab at it now. Here it is for the third time.
I didn't get coaching. You need to make an announcement that I didn't get coaching. I don't cheat.
¿Te gustaría abrir puertas a nuevas oportunidades y estar listo para cualquier desafío? Con el máster de inglés del Grupo Vaughan podrás transformar tu futuro. Este programa intensivo te ayudará a dominar el inglés profesional, perfeccionar tu comunicación y ganar la confianza que necesitas para conseguir tus objetivos. Nuestros profesores Vaughan especializados te prepararán para afrontar en inglés todas las situaciones de comunicación en un entorno profesional. No dejes que el inglés sea una barrera. Invierte en tu futuro con el máster de inglés profesional del Grupo Vaughan. Llámanos al 91-133-5833 o entra en grupovaughan.com.
That's right, amigos. GrupoVon.com. Also, we've got offices in Madrid, Barcelona, Bilbao, Vigo, Valladolid, Valencia, Santander, and Zaragoza. Please, we'd love to see your smiling face. Also, even in the north of Madrid, we have Las Tablas. So go to our website and you can find out all kinds of things that, that you might want to know about. Whether it's courses for the kids, whether it's, what we have available, because every year we have more courses, more materials available. We even have voice recognition software with AI that I've worked on as well. Well, I lent my voice. I really didn't do too much. Well, that's a very important part, because if it doesn't sound good, that's the AI nobody's looking for. Right. All right. So let's take a look over here. I've got a lot of students participating. Let's see a couple comments. Vitamin D. Oh, my. Born to Iron Man says, oh, yeah. Well, just so you know, if you offer somebody vitamin D, just know that there's a double entendre there. Hey, Chris says vitamin D3 better. Oh, my goodness. That sounds dangerous. Oh, my Lord. Elena says vitamin D, just what the doctor ordered. Elena, are you fishing for totally natives today? Justo lo que faltaba. Justo lo que necesitaba. Hombre, that's the perfect example right there. Just what the doctor ordered. Justo lo que recetó. Aunque se dice to prescribe, pero en esta expresión is just what the doctor ordered. All right, let's see. Born to Iron Man says the two words correctly, and he says they sound alike. All right. Elena agrees. Chris Valrol agrees too. Okay. All right, well, let me say the two words. The first word's fairy. Okay, fairy. My daughter loves fairies. She has a couple Barbies or dolls that are fairies. And she likes fairy tales. Sometimes I read her some fairy tales. Fairy. No fighty. I know how you pronounce it in Spanish. Fighty, right? Hey, it's a really important word in Spanish, right? And let's be honest, I'm not getting paid by this company, Palmolive or whoever makes it, but there's fighty and then there's the rest. Okay, we've all tried. I'm going to buy the cheaper one. What happens? I'm dead serious. I don't know why. And I'm not one to, say, oh, this one's better than that. But yeah, it's the real deal Holyfield, as we say. All right. So the important thing, no es fighty. In English, it's ferry. And that second word? Okay, let's say hay una hada pintada en el barco transportador. Okay. There's a ferry painted on that ferry. There's a ferry painted on that ferry. That's right. They are homophones. Excellent job. Born to Iron Man. Elena and Chris Valrol. Awesome sauce. Hey, there's another way to say genial, flipante, awesome sauce. And that one's probably from about 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. Nobody said awesome sauce when I was a kid. We just said awesome. But then somebody decided to add the word sauce and it caught on. That's how the English language grows. Somebody says it, other people like it, and it grows. You don't need an official board, La RAE, to approve or disapprove of the language, which I always thought was weird. Isn't language supposed to be a free, growing thing? I don't know. That's at least the English language since I can remember. All right, let's see. Born to Iron Man says, stressed out by 21 pilots. We have a play on words with ladder versus ladder. Ooh, good ear. I love that song too. We were stressed out if we could turn back time to the good old days when my mamas used to, I forget the lyrics now, but it's a great song. He goes, out of student loans and treehouse homes, we would all pick the ladder. Ah, fíjate, buenísima juego de palabras. Elegiríamos la segunda opción, o sea, una casa en un árbol, o La escalera. Oh, I love it. I love it. Born to. You know what? I've heard the song a million times, but I never looked at the lyrics that deeply, and I didn't get that double meaning there. Wow, 21 Pilots, and thanks, Born to Iron Man, for pointing it out. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got a superstar, an ace, Elena. She has nailed the Say What soundbite. And we still have another listen. So that's awesome. All right, let's see. Elena says that's a furry fairy painted on that ferry. Yeah, but furry sounds different. ¿Ves? So furry, peludo, furry. Furry. My cat is furry. Fur. Eso es como una E. Fair, fairy, fairy. So a little bit different the sound. Furry, fairy. She's a furry fairy who takes the ferry to work. And as we said, it's the verb. The ferry ferried the passengers to Ibiza. Okay, there you go. Excellent job. What can I say? All right, now it's time to hear from you, Super Show with No Namers, in our question of the week.
Question of the week.
That's right. It is our question of the week over here. And the first person we're going to hear from is somebody who has participated almost every week, and she is amazing. She actually is just a student that goes above and beyond, right? To go above and beyond es hacer más de lo que se espera. All right, so here we go then. Here we go with our first student. Do you know who I'm talking about? All right, let me try and imitate her, and we'll see if you know who I'm talking about. Hey there. I thought it was okay. I'm stuffed up. Tengo un poco de congestión. Hey there. This is who says that? All right, I think you know who I'm talking about. Your classmate, Anix. Let's see which season best suits her personality.
Hey there, Annie speaking. Well, I like to think the summer is
I like to think, right? Hay que rematar esa K ahí. I like to think, right?
the season that best fits my personality, but I am more like spring.
All right, I'm interested now.
When you meet me a first time, I'm a little bit cold, a little bit distant.
A little bit distant, right? Distance es el sustantivo, so I'm a little bit distant con T al final.
I have big mood swings.
Mood swings es que pues estoy contenta, luego estoy muy triste, luego estoy mood swings, que se te altera el humor.
But the more you know me, the warmer I get. Okay, guys, bye-bye.
Excellent. I love it. What a great comparison, too. Excellent. Excellent stuff over there. And guess what, Anix? Your classmates knew who I was talking about. They all said, Anix? When I said, hi there. Hey there. Hey, I'm telling you, just the way you say hello says something about your personality. I don't mean Anix, I mean anybody. So remember that. You know, you're constantly, it's not just did I pronounce it right, it's your energy, the feeling you put behind it. So excellent job, Anix, and very poetic, well thought out answer, right? Una respuesta bien pensada. All right, let's see then. Up next, we've got another student who participates not just in the section, she participates in all our sections. And all right, I'll give you a clue. We'll see if you guys know who she is. You're going to know in 1 second. She's our movie queen on the tangerine. Is it tangerine or tambourine? I think it's tambourine, pero muchos americanos decimos tangerine. O sea, como una nectarina. You know, like these little oranges. But I think the real word is tambourine, pandereta. Well, she's our movie queen. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Morning, show with the namers, Chris Valrose speaking. Every season brings us different things, so I like them all. I'd say my favorite one is fall, especially September. I feel glad when, after the dog days of summer,
Excellent. After the dog days of summer, los días calurosos, duros de verano.
I can finally wear a jacket again. Hot is not my cup of tea.
Hot or heat is not my cup of tea, mejor.
I had really beautiful memories of the town festivals, going back to school and meeting again my friends. Just like a new year, kind of a new beginning.
Yes, a new beginning, to turn over a new leaf, pasar página.
Full of challenges and adventures. And I love how the colors transform in the mountains and forests.
Did you hear that? Mountains? Wow, Chris, you've mastered the glottal stop. Mountains. Excellent.
It's gorgeous. And that's why I think autumn is right up my alley. Thank you. Bye.
Autumn is right up my alley. Es justo lo que me mola a mí. Wow. Ladies, what can I say except you, the two of you, and the others who are going to participate, are probably some of the most confident English speakers in Spain, at least that I have come across as a teacher. So that, again, like I say every week on this section, nobody can take that away from you. So keep it up. All right, let's take a little break, though, because we'll look at the other two in the fourth part of the show. Why don't we give you a little challenge now, known as our Spelling Bee.
Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee.
All right, folks, we have got our Spelling Bee. Round one is hell on earth. That's right, because I don't give a damn. Me importa un bledo si lo pillas. Again, Alberto does. That's why we do a second chance. But I'm just playing the role of that rude airport employee or taxi driver. I'm saying it like anybody, hotel clerk, anybody who's just not cooperating. They don't want to understand you, and they don't care if you understand them. And sadly, we will run into these people in life, but we know how to deal with them because we practice. All right, so here it is, today's Spelling Bee, round one. Let's capitalize the first letter of each word, and I'll give you a little bit of background here. Here we go. Oh, I can't hear it. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, that's not the one I wanted. I was like, why is that? Okay, this is it. All right, let's get some chaos going over here. All right, the first one is INTERNATIONAL space MONETARY space FUND. The second one is WORLD space BANK. The third one, PRAGUE. The fourth one is CZECH space REPUBLIC. The next one is 20,000 space PROTESTERS. And the last one is 900 space DETAINED. All right, there you go, folks. I know I flew through it, but that's what I do in round one. Round two, most of you should be able to jot them down. Okay, so something's going on there. Some kind of protests or something. I used to live in Sol, in the center of Madrid, and there were protests every day. Like every day, and 3 or 4 of them a day. It's great, but also when there are too many, they get drowned out. So, it's, another protest. That's what happened to me. I was like, another protest. Save this country. And believe me, I know it sounds insensitive, but when you wake up and there are 4 protests a day, you're just like, why don't you all just get together and protest, that we're all getting screwed, right? All right, let's take a look. We've got Born to Iron Man taking a stab at it. The first one is correct. The second one is also correct. The third one is correct. The fourth, fifth, and ladies and gentlemen, the sixth one. Give it up. Excellent job. Born to Iron Man. Wow. 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 All right. Guess what, folks? This is round 2. This is for intermediate to even low, high beginner to intermediate. You should be able to jot this down without any mistakes. All right. Number 1, INTERNATIONAL space MONETARY space FUND. The second one, WORLD space BANK. The third one is PRAGUE. The fourth one, CZECH space REPUBLIC. The fifth one is 20,000 space PROTESTERS. And the last one is 900 space DETAINED. All right, there you go, folks. That is the second round of today's spelling bee. Hopefully, we'll get some other students who can figure it out as well. All right, we've got a lot of stuff to cover in the fourth and final part of the show. We're going to kick things off with our double trouble. We've got our Say What soundbite for the 4th time. Congrats to Elena, who's already figured it out. Then we've got our spelling bee. We'll check the answers to see how you guys did. We've got movies, birthdays. Man, we've got and question of the week. How can I forget? We've got to hear from some more students in our question of the week. So we're going to put the pedal to the metal when we come back. If I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Stick around. Back to the 4th and final part of today's show with No Name. We are rocking and rolling. So much to do here on the show. Congratulations to Born to Iron Man, Chris Valrol, and Elena for killing it in our spelling bee. Wow. Excellent job. Excellent job. And as we said, it has something to do with protests. But we'll take a look at that in a bit. Just a quick reminder to stay tuned and tune in to Speaking with Confidence with Ale right after today's show. Show her your support. Make her feel welcome, as we all have. Also, you've got a special deal going on now in the Curso Online de Inglés. Until the 30th of September 2025, you can get a 50% discount. That is mind-blowing. It's out of this world. True story. I don't think you'll find a better deal than that for a one-year English course. And a one-year English course created by Vaughn, not just anyone. As you know, we've got a lot of years' experience under our belts. En nuestro haber, under your belt. Yo siempre decía, debajo del cinturón. And everybody was like, what? Well, it just goes to show you can't translate things literally. All right, folks, it's time for today's double trouble. Yeah.
Double trouble.
Oh, no, not double. Triple.
Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up.
Triple trouble.
I said double trouble.
Come on. Double trouble. Not double. I said triple.
I said double.
I said triple.
Double trouble.
Alberto, will you listen to yourself for once? All right, here we go, folks. Today's triple trouble. You have to use the same word 3 times. Now, you can say thrice, but I don't know anyone who says thrice. Existe la palabra, claro. I've had students say, Alberto, pero esta palabra existe. I'm like, yeah, sure. I've never heard anyone use it in 47 years, a native speaker. So go for it. And that's, again, where, it's great to do self-study, but that's where a teacher can really tell you, no, olvídate esto. Esto sí, esto hay que saber. Because we can tell you what's current in the language. We can, our ears don't lie to us. And especially, well, if you like to keep up, myself too, as I know the language is always growing, I get all my stuff in English. My movie, I still watch everything in English. I live in Spain, but I speak enough Spanish and talk to people out there. So my entertainment is always in English. All right, so here we go. Tu hermano es la bomba. It says here, monda. I've never heard that word. Monda risa. No, somebody who's very funny. Okay, te partes. Yo diría también, me parto con tu hermano. Okay, tu hermano es la bomba, aunque trabaja como policía antidisturbios. Hey, wait a second. Does this have anything to do with our spelling bee? Oh, yeah, definitely. All right, so tu hermano es la bomba. La monda, you say too? I never heard that one. Aunque trabaja como policía antidisturbios. Y me cantó las 40. There you go. Las cantan. Let me check it out. Now I'm doubting. It is las 40, yeah. Okay. In argentino, cagar a pedos. Oh, I never read that one. It's to really reprimand somebody, to let them know how you really feel. Okay? So this is a tough one today. Take your time. Tu hermano es la bomba, aunque trabaja como policía antidisturbios. Y me cantó las 40. You've got to use the same word 3 times. Also, here's your say what soundbite for the 4th time.
I didn't get coaching. You need to make an announcement that I didn't get coaching. I don't cheat.
Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughan Town, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughan Town, lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovon.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughan Town.
That's right, folks. Vaughan Town. You can get more information about our star program, and you can get that over at grupovon.com or by stopping by one of our offices in Madrid, Barcelona, Bilbao, Vigo, Valladolid, Valencia, Santander, or Zaragoza. All right, let's take a look. The ladies are taking a stab at today's triple trouble. Let's see how they did. Elena says, your brother is a riot. Although he's a riot police, and he read me the riot act. Unbelievable. Perfect. Your brother's a riot. Me parto con él. Okay? So to be a riot. And then the next one is although, aunque, he's a riot police. Okay? Aunque es policía de riot, right? A riot police. So a riot es un disturbio. Makes sense. Policía de disturbios, right? So piensa, tus chistes son tan graciosos que creas un disturbio. Maybe it's a good way to relate them. Okay. Anybody know, I predict a riot. I think it's the Kaiser Chiefs, is it? I believe. I predict a riot. It's a great, great song there. Also the group Quiet Riot. Bang your head. Mental health will drive you mad. Bang your head. What a great tune. In vez de mental health, it's mental health. So Elena said, your brother's a riot, although he's a riot police, and he read me the riot act. And to read somebody the riot act is to really chew them out. Echarles una mega bronca. Excellent job, Elena. Chris Valrol says, your brother's a riot, although he works as a riot cop, and he read me the riot act. Wow. Excellent job. Yeah, to read somebody the riot act is, vamos, le has leído todo el acta, le has contado, no te has cortado un pelo, right? To read someone the riot act. That, I've got to say, you ladies really knocked it out of the park. This was a tough triple trouble. Excellent job. So that'll take us over naturally as a segue, transición, to our spelling bee, where these words had to do with a riot that took place today. That's right, a riot, an anti-globalization protest in Prague. So we were just talking about globalization. And, well, basically, the IMF, what does IMF stand for? The International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, that's number one and number two, respectively, had their summits, sus cumbres, in Prague, in the Czech Republic. And it got violent, okay? There were riots. People were rioting, para usarlo en contexto. It wasn't a riot for these organizations. No se estaban riendo, right? But, hey, it just goes to show you, that was the year 2000. And we're still where we are with these big mega banking globalization organizations controlling our interest rates, how much, all of this stuff. So a big middle finger from all of us here at the show with no name to the IMF and the World Bank. Go fuck yourselves. Thank you very much. Number 3 was Prague. Number 4 was the Czech Republic. Number 5 was 20,000 protesters. That's bullshit. Ya sabemos cómo va esto. Hay 2 millones, and they're like, había 10 personas. Because, of course, they control the media, correct? You have the money, you can control the media. So they underreport. I guarantee it was much more than that. So 20,000 protesters, 900 people were detained that day. So, well, you don't get 900 people detained at a protest unless you are extremely powerful, proving that the protesters were right. So there you go, folks. And that's why we looked at that word riot over there. All right, now let's continue with our question of the week just to make sure we have time for everything we need to look at. We're going to hear from the lovely Marisol.
Hi, it's Marisol. Referring to the question of the week, I rather more autumn or spring because
Cuidado, no autumn. Es una T. Autumn or spring. Si te cuesta, puedes decir fall.
because it's not that hot or cold like summer or winter. Although doing some research, I found that summer is for social butterflies.
Excellent word. Social butterfly, a gregarious social person.
People with a strong sense of purpose. And I see myself like that. But to be honest, I see myself like that in other seasons because summer is too roasting for me and I feel doing nothing.
I feel like doing nothing, or I don't feel like doing anything. No me apetece hacer nada. Bruno Mars, gracias por esa.
However, spring is for optimistic individuals, energetic and curious people, and
Curious. La U is you, curious.
easily distracted as well. And those adjectives can fit my personality. Everything said is based on doing some research on internet, but I guess most of us are not features in one season. Greetings to our show namers. Bye.
I love it, Marisol. You did your research. You really did your homework. Excellent job, Marisol. And last but certainly not least, the lovely Nuria.
Dear Alberto namers, this is Nuria, and I am full of the joys of spring.
Cuidado, no spring, sino spring. Full of the joys of piensa que unes la S con el ofs. Filled with the joys of spring.
You may wonder why. Well, this is because of the opportunity to participate in this week's question. Certainly, I really appreciate it. So let's get down to brass tacks.
Let's get down to brass tacks. Vamos a lo importante. Excellent, Nuria.
The season that fits me, my personality the most is, without no doubt, the spring season. A period when nature wakes up after the cold winter, the weather gets warmer, the flowers bloom, and so on and so forth. In a nutshell, it brings me a ray of sunshine into the year.
In a nutshell, en resumidas cuentas. Excellent, Nuria.
And I feel as fresh as a daisy.
To feel as fresh as a daisy. Me siento fresca, renovada.
And completely full of enthusiasm. But for now,
difícil esa. Enthusiasm.
Now winter is coming, so let's turn over a new leaf, take a breath of fresh air, and wait for another spring. Take care, amigos. Thank you.
Lots of totally natives. What can I say except excellent job to Anix, Chris Valrol, Marisol, and Nuria. And we look forward to hearing from you all next week in our question of the week, our weekly speaking section. But now we're going to the movies. Name that movie. That's right, amigos. All right. Well, I've got to say, I saw this movie that we're going to look at today. I saw it in movie theaters right here near my house. I saw it with my wife. And this movie is not for the faint of heart. As you see when I read the synopsis, it's a movie, well, first, it's not for kids. And secondly, it'll make you feel sick. But again, it also is pointing out a very harsh reality. but it'll definitely make you feel sick. But it's an amazing movie, or at least I felt it was, and very pertinent. Right on IMDb, it has 7.6 out of 10, which is a very high rating, and it came out in 2023. Again, if you can't take sad, heartbreaking stories, do not watch this movie. But it is very informative too at the same time. All right. The incredible true story of a former government agent. Ojito con esta palabra. He oído agent mil veces. Agent, agency, A. Empieza con A, pues lo decimos como A en este caso. The incredible true story of a former government agent turned vigilante. ¿Te suena vigilante? Somebody who takes justice into their own hands. Okay? Who embarks on a embarcar, piénsalo, con K en inglés. Who embarks on a dangerous mission to rescue hundreds of children from traffickers. Now, you can see why this movie is simply heartbreaking. And then when you read that it's based on a true story, and probably many true stories, many more than we'd like to imagine, human trafficking, not just children, is a really serious problem that we have in the world. So this movie kind of looks it right in the face. You know, again, if you're going to the movies to be entertained, the movie's entertaining, but it's heartbreaking, to be honest. It's a sad one, and yeah, let's see if anybody knows it. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get into we're right at in the nick of time. The movie is called Sound of Freedom. El sonido de la libertad. Again, know what you're getting into, but it's a very moving movie. So one of the characters, Vampiro, okay, because they're down in Latin America, Vampiro says, I think I may have to expand your mind to an entirely new reality. And El Calacas, is his name, says, okay, like I'm interested. And Vampiro says, these gentlemen want to build a one-of-a-kind, members-only club in Cartagena. Okay. Annual fee. The annual fee, el pago, lo que hay que pagar anual. The annual fee, 100 grand per member. 100 grand, 100 mil dollars per member. And then El Calacas is intrigued. Now he's interested. He goes, they take care of the facility, la instalación. We take care of the talent. He's talking about young children, okay? And the members, they get a world-class resort with full access to models, 24/7, all you can eat, live-in models. Los modelos viven ahí, young ones, jovencitas. And he says, how young? And we'll stop it there, but you get an idea of where this movie is going. It's called The Sound of Freedom, and that's today's Name That Movie. It's time for famous birthday trivia.
Famous birthdays for you. Famous birthdays. Famous birthdays for me. Famous birthdays. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Oi, oi, oi. Famous birthdays for him. Famous birthdays. Famous birthdays for her. Famous birthdays. Birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's famous birthdays. Let's see who's celebrating a birthday today. The first person was born in 1945, an English singer and songwriter, best known as the frontman of the band Roxy Music. Roxy Music, that's right. His last name was one of our homophones, and it's not Ada. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Okay, so yes, if you don't know it now, giving you his last name, o sea, no es Ada, sino la otra palabra, la que te lleva a Ibiza, right? These barcos que te llevan. And he was the lead singer of Roxy Music. All right, number 2, this American actor played Jesus. Well, yeah, once you play Jesus, it makes life difficult. That's what they say. And he was Jesus in The Passion of the Christ in 2004. He was also Tim Ballard in Sound of Freedom, which came out in 2023. He was also in G.I. Jane, Frequency, The Count of Monte Cristo as well, which was a great one with Guy Pearce. And that's number 2. And number 3, she's not Venus. She's the other one. Yeah. The American tennis players who are sisters, well, not Venus. So, I mean, come on. That's an easy one there. Let's see. Elena says, bravo, Chris. I haven't seen it yet, but as you said, reality surpasses fiction. Yeah, I'm afraid to even talk about it. Let's put it this way, because it's just a really, really pertinent and sad thing to talk about. You know, even if you don't have your children, if you don't have children, you can put yourself in a parent's shoes if this happens. I mean, it's heartbreaking. All right. So number 1 is Brian Ferry. Number 2, Jim Caviezel. And number 3, Serena Williams. That's right. And Chris, you got it. Excellent job over there. All right. And we've got Serena having a meltdown, a temper tantrum at the U.S. Open. She starts, mira, usamos la expresión. She is reading the judge the riot act, cantándole las 40. And she says she believes it was an unfair call. Okay, que no fue una pitada correcta. Decisión. This is unbelievable. Every time I play here, I have problems. What? Yeah, that's a warning. El otro, are you warning me? Yeah, that's a warning. I didn't get coaching, she says a few times. She says, you need to make an announcement that I didn't get coaching. Tienes que anunciarlo, because I don't cheat. Yo no juego con trampa. Here she is, birthday girl, Serena Williams.
This is unbelievable. Every time I play here, I have problems. What? Yeah, that's a warning. I didn't get coaching. You need to make an announcement that I didn't get coaching. I don't cheat.
Hi, hello, Alberto. I think the song is. No? Sorry, bye.
Name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. Name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. It's name that lyric only on the show with no name.
That's right, folks. It is Name That Lyric, only on the show with no name. And what can I say except thank you. Thank you for being with us this week. I know for me, it's been a little bit tougher. Well, even though I feel okay, it's just makes it a little bit more uncomfortable. But I appreciate you guys. You've been very, very comprehensive, been very understanding with me, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much for your participation, your effort. Really, you guys are a blessing. Una bendición. And I want you to share some of that love up next with Ale on Speaking with Confidence. And we're going to take a look at a song now by Brian Ferry, whose breath stinks, according to Born to Iron Man. Siniestro total. I guess they have a lyric that says his breath stinks. Oh my God, poor guy. Well, Brian Ferry, the song is called Don't Stop the Dance, No Paras el Baile. It came out in 1985, and the lyrics are, Mama says, Mama dice, truth is all that matters. La verdad es lo único que importa. Lying and deceiving is a sin. To lie es mentir, and to deceive, that's just a synonym, right? Engañar. To lie or to deceive. See, we can learn synonyms from our friend Brian Ferry. And then he says, drifting through a world, moviéndome sin rumbo por un mundo, drifting through a world that's torn and tattered, que está hecho pedazos, I think you would say. So here it is. It's Don't Stop the Dance by birthday boy Brian Ferry. Thank you so much to all of you for being here today and every day. It's an absolute pleasure to teach you. And I know I can speak on behalf of all of us. Thank you. And ciao for now.